Man, buckle up, folks, because today we're diving into the absolute clown show that's Minnesota under Governor Tim the Egghead Walz. Yeah, you heard that right. Over $1 billion. $1 billion of your hard-earned taxpayer money got swiped in what they're calling the biggest welfare fraud scam in U.S. history, mostly by folks from the Somali community, who, let's be real, the U.S. rolled out the welcome mat for with open arms and basically no vetting because diversity is apparently a background check. And now, Minneapolis has transformed into Mogadishu. Gangs, no-go zones, and a vibe that's got native-born residents packing their bags faster than you can say diversity is our strength. Please, just thumb up the video right now for the algorithm, for the algo, and leave me a thought with your comments because this only gets better, or maybe worse, depending on how much you love irony, which I happen to. This all happened under the watchful eye of Tim Walz, the guy who intentionally turns a blind eye when people scream fraud directly in his face over and over because, why offend a rock-solid Democrat voter bloc that shows up 90% blue every election because heaven forbid the blue team loses one of those precincts. We're talking ghost companies, billing for meals that never fed a single child, housing that never actually was built, and autism therapy that was about as real as Kamala Harris's border visits. $1 billion again vanished, and some of it trickled straight to Al-Shabaab. Who are they? They're the Al-Qaeda affiliated psychos over in Somalia. That's right, Minnesotans. Your tax dollars were funding terrorists overseas while potholes were swallowing smart cars whole. But hey, you know what? Let's give Timmy some credit. The Biden administration left the Taliban $85 billion in American hardware and weapons, so Timmy's just keeping up with the blue team tradition of arming our enemies. Way to go, Tim Walz. Your status amongst the blue team has been elevated. And get this. Hundreds of state employees at the Department of Human Services, the Minnesota DHS, tried to blow the whistle years ago. They're waving red flags for everybody, screaming, "Boss, this smells worse than an open-air fish market." But nope, they got swatted down harder than a mosquito during July at a campfire. Why? Because investigating Somali-run nonprofits might get you called racist faster than you can say re-election campaign. And once again, you gotta protect the voter bloc. There was even an anonymous X account, Minnesota DHS, run by 480 current employees dropping absolute nukes, calling Walz 100% responsible, accusing him of retaliation and threats to whistleblowers and straight up cover-ups to shield his political buddies. Who would have guessed it coming from the blue team? Y'all leave me a comment if you thought that was an impossibility. And now speaking of Walz being a world-class, as he would say, knucklehead, remember when this genius went viral cheering Tesla stock crashing?
They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So.
Elon bad. Elon very, very bad for trying to cut federal waste, which of course, under Tim Walz, would have gone to Somalia, not Americans. Except for one little thing. The plot twist is that the Minnesota State Pension Funds owns 1.8 million shares of Tesla. This clown is literally rooting for Minnesota retirees' nest eggs to explode. All the while, he's funneling cash to Somali warlords. We're talking priorities, baby. Now, do you consider Tim Walz and the blue team to be leaders? Folks, they ain't. They're pandering puppets who care more about not looking racist on MSNBC than stopping billion dollar theft. Walz dodges blames like Neo in the Matrix, reaching that anyone who notices is demonizing communities. Oh my God, how dare we, as they steal our money, demonizing them. Because everyday Minnesotans get stuck with the tab. Is it inexcusable? You betcha. Feckless, 1,000,000%. It's like giving the keys to the candy store to a gang of toddlers and acting shocked when the place is looted clean. That's what you get for voting in Democrats. Not that the red team's any better, but slightly. So wake up, America, and vote these clowns out before your entire state becomes a $1 billion ATM for terrorists. And then they will still have the gall to demand that you pay your fair share.